Hi, in today's video training of Python, we will be looking at Numpy library. So what is Numpy? Numpy is a Python library used for working with arrays. It also has functions for working in domain of linear algebra, Fourier transform, and matrices. Numpy was created in 2005 by Travis Oliphant. It is an open source project and you can use it freely. Numpy stands for numerical Python. So why use Numpy? In Python, we have lists that serve the purpose of arrays, but they are slow to process. Numpy aims to provide an array object that is up to 50 times faster than traditional Python lists. The array object in Numpy is called NdArray. It provides a lot of supporting functions that make working with NdArray very easy. Arrays are very frequently used in data science, where speed and resources are very important. Why is Numpy faster than list? Numpy arrays are stored at one continuous place in memory, unlike lists, so processes can access and manipulate them very efficiently. This behavior is called locality of reference in computer science. This is the main reason why Numpy is faster than list. Also, it is optimized to work with latest CPU architectures. Which language is Numpy written in? Numpy is a Python library and is written partially in Python, but most of the parts that require fast computation are written in C or C++. Where is the Numpy code base? The source code for Numpy is located at GitHub repository, so you can easily download it and use it in your project. Let's look at installation of Numpy. If you have Python and pip already installed on a system, then installation of Numpy is very easy. Install it using this command, pip install numpy. If this command fails, then use a Python distribution that already has Numpy installed, like Anaconda, Spider, etc. Okay. The first step you need to do is to import the Numpy library. Once Numpy is installed, import it in your applications by adding the import keyword. So the first thing is import Numpy. Now Numpy is imported and ready to use. Let's look at our first example using Numpy. Go to the console, create a project file, say python numpy.py, and the first thing we are going to do is import Numpy, and then we define an array and we say numpy.array, and we pass in the list 2 3 4 5 to the then we print the array, save the file, go back to the console and run the Python Numpy program. You see we have got an array on the console that has 5 values 1 2 3 4 5 as we defined in our program. So this is the first example of using Numpy library and creating an array. The next thing is Numpy as NP. Numpy is usually imported under the NP alias. Alias in Python, alias are an alternate name for referring to the same thing. To create an alias with the as keyword while importing. So what we can do is we can go back to our example and we can say import Numpy as NP. And on the second statement we can say np.array, save the file, and let's see, and we have the same result. So by creating an alias, it is easy to implement the code and it's easily manageable and understandable instead of using the full numpy keyword. Okay, to check the np numpy version, we can say print np and version within the print statement. So let's see that print np dot version, save the file, and let's go to the console. You see we have the version on the console that says 1.16.6. so this is the numpy version that I have installed on my machine. Okay, let's look at how to create a numpy ND array object. Numpy is used to work with arrays. The array object is numpy. It's called ND array. We can create a numpy ND array object by using the array function. So first is import numpy as np, and then array is equal to np.array and pass in the list, and then pass the array to print function, and then we can also see what type of object is this array. So we can use the type function of Python and we can pass in the array function. Let me get a comment here to see the version of numpy, how to create basic numpy array, and this one is to see the type of numpy array. Save the file, go back to the console, and you can see we have numpy.nd array. So this is the type of object that the Python is creating for numpy array. Okay, we have already seen this, so let's skip this. Okay, let's look at dimensions in array. A dimension in arrays is one level of array depth. Nested arrays. Nested arrays are arrays that have arrays as their elements. The first thing we are going to look at is 0D arrays or single level array. 0D arrays or scalars are the elements in an array. Each value in an array is a 0D array. Let's create a 0D array with the value 42. Okay, let's comment this out and okay, let's import numpy as np, and we say array is equal to npy dot array and pass in 42 and print array. Save the file and see what's on the console. So we have 42, which is the value in our 0D array. Okay, then we have 1D arrays. An array that has 0D arrays as its element is called a unidimensional or 1D array. These are the most common and basic arrays. So let's create a 1D array containing the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have already done this here in our first example, so we can just say here 0D arrays, and we can say 1D arrays, and let's copy this. So this is an example of 1D arrays, and let's run the program. You see we have a single dimensional array. Okay, the next topic is 2D arrays. An array that has 1D arrays as its element is called a 2D array. These are often used to represent matrix or second order tensors. Numpy has a whole submodule dedicated towards matrix operations called numpy.mat. Let's create a 2D array containing two arrays with the values 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see here. Let's comment this out, and we have 2D arrays, and import numpy as np, and array is equal to np dot array. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. Okay, these are two separate arrays, inclusive, inside, bigger array and print array. And let's see. Okay, we got 10 syntax error. Let's see what's wrong. Okay, we forgot a comma here in between the two arrays. So go back to the console and run the program again. You see we have a two-dimensional array 1, 2, 3 and the other array 4, 5, 6. So this is an example of a 2D array. Now let's see at 3D arrays. An array that has two 2D arrays matrices as its element is called a 3D array. These are often used to represent a third order tensor. Create a 3D array with 2D arrays both containing two arrays with the values 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. So let's do that. 3D arrays, comment this out. So we have import numpy as np, and we say array np dot array, and going to create three-dimensional array. So we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4, 5 and 6. Okay, and okay, we have to add a third element here. Okay, here, and we just copy this block and paste it here. Save this, go back to the console. You see we have a three-dimensional array now with two sets of two-dimensional arrays. Okay, let's see how we can check the number of dimensions. Numpy arrays provides the endim attribute that returns an integer that tells us how many dimensions that the array have. To check how many dimensions the arrays have, import numpy as np and create an array, and then print the array variable and call the property endim. So let's try this on our example. Go back to the console. You see we have got 3 here. This means this is a three-dimensional array. So you can use the endim property on the array variable, array object, to see how many levels or depths the array have. The next thing is higher dimensional arrays. An array can have any number of dimensions. When the array is created, you can define the number of dimensions by using the endim argument. So let's create an array with 5 dimensions and verify that it has 5 dimensions. So import numpy as np, array is equal to np array, and pass in the list and set endim to 5. So let's try this, and we say higher level dimensions and import numpy as np, array is equal to np dot array, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we say endim equals 5. We print ar dot endim. We go to the console. Okay, as well this function, just read what we have done wrong. Okay, Okay, this should be nd min and should be indian. Save the file. See, we have created a 5-dimensional array using the nd min parameter while creating the numpy array. In this array, the innermost dimension, 5th dimension, has 4 elements. The 4th dimension has 1 element, that is the vector. The 3rd dimension has 1 element, that is the matrix with the vector. The 2nd dimension has 1 element, that is 3D array. The 1st dimension has 1 element, that is a 4D array. So let's print the contents of this array. Save the file. You see, we have a 5-dimensional array. So this is the concept of creating numpy arrays using the numpy library. I hope that you have liked this video, and if you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time with a new topic in Python. Till then, bye.